Hello, Panther fans. Timmy VO here with the Panther Comms podcast. ManintheBox, Week 6.
Get your comms up.
Panther Comms podcast with Timmy VO.
The Panthers were in the good old Dade County, down old South Beach. It was a pretty warm day down there yesterday, apparently. A lot of players cramping up, and of course, the injury bug is still hitting us. If you didn't know, LaVishka was in a cast in crutches there at the end of the game. So, after he got injured, actually, towards the end of the game. So that's going to be interesting, considering that he was making strides especially over the past couple weeks, and that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt because apparently Chuba's going to be getting more carries unless this coaching staff is absolutely crazy and all the good stuff. But in terms of the box score, what's there to talk about really, other than Bryce Young is getting more comfortable as a quarterback in this league, despite the despite the hard knock life that he's going through, especially not having two of his starting offensive linemen, and having slow starts during the game. Even though we put up 14 points quick on Miami, it's still the slow start. I mean, he got sacked. Almost out the gate. So it's good to see Bryce, getting more comfortable, getting his feet underneath him. But the injuries to this team is just devastating. There's no way around it. And people have been talking about Tepper and Fit. Our lack of depth, our lack of keeping depth is showing up. It's showing up. I mean, people around the league have injuries that happen to their roster each and every week. Yet we're the only team that's yet to win a game. And obviously, it's there's something to be said about bringing in a whole new coaching staff, a completely new coaching staff. I mean, that's hard to rookie quarterback. I mean, that's hard to just surmount some type of or gather some type of momentum from an offensive standpoint in that regard. So one has to question, why in the world did Tepper let go of our best receiver and a coach that had command of the locker room when you bringing in a brand new rookie quarterback? Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to hold a locker room together when you don't win, especially after you've. And this is what's crushing for me, especially after you have a team, as a collective that was there last year. For the most part, I mean, a lot of those players were there when Wilkes took over the reins last year, and they started winning. They started really feeling themselves in that locker room. You had to see it. That's what's really devastating. You bring in the most important position in football, a rookie, starting him day one out the gate. And you took away not only his best receiver, potentially. Well, yeah. I mean, you took away one of the best players on offense. On top of that, a leader on offense. To be honest with you, we had DJ since Rivera. You get rid of leadership in that regard. I mean, it is what it is. People like DJ. He was there. He was the guy they can count on, regardless of what was going on offense. My man was getting 1,000 yards receiving, for the most part, no matter what. That's a leader. That's a leader by example, so to say, kind of sort of. You know what I'm saying? DJ was a dog. You get rid of that, and you get rid of a rushing attack that absolutely manhandled Detroit last year. And there's no way in the world you're going to expect to win out of that situation, which is why I'm just dumbfounded why Tepper and fit allowed this to happen. The Miami Dolphins have been just, I mean, it is mind-boggling because that was the first time I actually sat down and watched Miami play, from the first to the fourth. It is mind-boggling how open these people get on the receiving end. It is mind-boggling how much of a home run hitter they have at running back. It is mind-boggling all the motions and misdirections and things of that nature that they run on offense, and they are efficient. Efficient. They don't kick field goals. I mean, Jesus Christ, it is mind-boggling. And I mean, I had hopes. I always have a hope going into a game when it comes to the Panthers. I always got hope. If you play the game, you understand when you go into a game it's 0-0. You always have a chance to win the game when it's 0-0. Always. That's just basic math, man. I mean, right? I didn't expect us to come in there and just dominate these guys. I mean, their offense is just absolutely mind-boggling. And if you listen to the statistics on this Miami offense, they're breaking records through 5 games now. If I'm not mistaken, they've scored the most points and the most yards and all this other stuff. They have a nice sound foundation. Their offensive line, I mean, Tua didn't get touched barely. Which exposes our defense and the fact that, again, the injury bug and lack of personnel. I mean, you put Brian Burns on an island and expect this man to produce. I mean, it's the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, first and foremost, your left tackle is normally your best offensive lineman, which means if Brian lines up on the right side of the offense, they're going to shift, and your best offensive lineman is going to be one-on-one with probably second, third, fourth stringer when it comes to pass rush on that side of the defense. So, I mean, Gross Matos, he's a little banged up too. So, I mean, it's sad to see that this ownership and the front office is really not trying to win games. But there's no other way to put this other than they're not trying to win games. Who you just drafted your left tackle for the future. You're going after your quarterback, but to do that, you get rid of your best receiver and don't replace him. Thielen's balling. Thielen is balling right now. Imagine if that was DJ. With his ability to escape, his ability to take off, his ability to get open, his ability to run away from people. Imagine if that was frickin' DJ. Thielen is balling his ass off. I mean, it's not even funny, man. So I'm looking at the next gen stats. I'll just talk a little bit about statistics because this is ManintheBox. Gosh, mighty. So, well, that's interesting. So, next gen stats in the passing performance. Of course, Bryce was 23 of 38, 217 and a touchdown. His most efficient game of the season, mind you. He's coming into his own. I predicted by the bye week he would pretty much be settled in because of how smart he is, how calm, collective he is, and man, he was dropping dimes yesterday, darts. I mean, it was yeah. The sooner he gets his deep ball down pat, it's not like college, man. You don't have a deep ball wide open. You got to put that thing on a dime for it to be like that, and you don't have as much time as you do in college too. Let's be honest about that. But his passing statistics, anything under 20 yards, boy, he was money. He was money. Center of the field between 10 and 20 yards, he was 4 or 5 for 67 yards and a touchdown. Bryce Young's extremely efficient. He's extremely efficient. And Tua, I mean, Tua's known for his accuracy. He got a lot of flack for his deep ball, which he has. He's taking care of that now. Apparently, he was 2 of 3 for 65 yards for. Well, actually, if you combine the two, he was 4 of 6 for a collection of 139 yards and a touchdown for passes over 20 yards. Let that sink in. Get Bryce some weapons, and he's going to act a damn fool, which is, again, I don't understand why. We didn't even have a tight end like that. Why did you get rid of DJ? I understand you got rid of DJ to get Bryce. But based on what we're seeing right now, I mean, I'm so glad we got Bryce, though. I mean, we needed a quarterback. That goes without saying. But to get rid of DJ and not bring speed on the field, because Shark, but I mean, he's the only one that can get behind the defense technically. Thielen ain't running by nobody, but boy, he can catch that rock. he's extremely savvy. Him and Bryce on a great chemistry level right now. Love it. But if we don't take the top off, folks, we're gonna have to rely on the run game. And quite frankly, if we started off like we did yesterday, like in the first quarter, if we started off like that in the first 5 games, we might be 4-2 right now. Atlanta doesn't scare me. That was just the first game of the season with a rookie quarterback and Messi. It was Atlanta don't scare me. New Orleans don't scare me. They don't. Fact of the matter is we haven't been healthy in 4 weeks. And we haven't ran the ball well consistently up until yesterday because for some odd reason somebody don't want to give the ball to Chuba. 19 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown. His first start. Y'all gonna stop. Y'all gonna stop putting my man out there like that. Black Shear came in there. He showed some flashes of some smart play at the running back position. Plant and go, find your crease, get in there and get what you can. He did a good job with that. The Dolphins just. Man, bro, they got a home run hitter in Raheem, man. He's wow. He's special. He's special. He is special. And going to the receiving portion of next gen, Adam Thielen, 11 receptions on 13 targets, $115. He had 100. Wait a minute. Adam. See. This is what people were talking about, us being predictable and not having other weapons on offense. Adam Thielen had 100 yards receiving at the half. At the half, he had 100 yards receiving, maybe a shade over. You mean to tell me for 2 quarters he didn't get nothing but 15 yards? You're going to tell me Adam Thielen didn't get no more than 15 yards in 2 quarters after he put up a buck in the first 2? That's coaching. That is a lack of strategy to get Thielen open. I'm dead serious. Because if the defense is shifting towards Thielen, you should have 3 to 4 other options to get down the field. Hello? We have 14 points for the longest. Tyreek Hill is just I don't know what to think of that man other than he's unguardable. And I know you guys are probably thinking, if you're listening, thanks for listening again, by the way, Panther fans. If you remember, him and D-Jax were lined up one-on-one. D-Jax was in press man, and then and Tyreek just outran the bump. Like Jack couldn't get his hand on him. He outran his angle. got on top of him, and it was over. And D Jackson is fast. He's fast. He was fast. After those injuries, folks, Tyreek is a blur. Like on that reverse play, he outran the angle of the defense. He's a blur. You don't put something like that in press man. You don't. And then he burned us $163. $163. That's ridiculous. There's no need to talk about the defense. I mean, it was just not. It was not a good thing. It was not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. So, thanks for listening to Man in the Box. Enjoy the bye week. I think I'll try to get Dave on here next week just to talk about the first 6 weeks of the season. Get his thoughts, and we'll bounce ideas off each other, and give you guys something to listen to. But other than that, folks, this front office has done extensive damage to this franchise, in terms of player personnel, in terms of relationships with the fans. I mean, Tepper, you can't put product on the field like this, bump up prices, and then serve BS in your concession stands. That screams a lot about who you are as a character, as a person. That says a lot. I'm not a PSL owner, but I deal with folks as an entrepreneur. I feel them. As an entrepreneur, I feel them. That's BS. A lot of these cats are doing that, jacking up prices on rent and stuff like that, and expect people to. That's BS, man. That's BS. But anyway, let me get off my soapbox. This is what happens when you don't win games, folks. You start talking about other things, right? Oh man. So hey, appreciate you, Panther fans. Keep your heads up. We have a future in the quarterback. If as long as he stays healthy, and hopefully, I keep saying hopefully Tepper learned his lesson, but hell, he hired Matt Rule. Let that sink in. Had a man here and just let him go, and then you just, oh man. Is it Frank Reich? It's hard to say, because Frank Reich has started out like this and then got things going. But this is a little different. Again, these injuries are they're insurmountable. They're insurmountable. And when you have veterans on this team that are used to, producing, and they're not producing because they don't have any help, that frustration is hard. It's hard to dilute that frustration when you're not winning. It really is. Happy Monday, Panther fans. Somber moment. Y'all be good. Appreciate y'all, man. And as always, keep pounding.
Get your comms up. The Panther Comms Podcast with Timmy the O.